Thank you for tuning in to 97.5 WRSK FM, Sussex County Community College Radio. We have a very special guest on Campus Conversations today. He's a local community activist as well as musician, very talented artist. He's pulling together an event in June 11th, and we're going to be interviewing him on the show today. And we also have a new co-host of the show. This is Lucas Infield, student here at Sussex County Community College, broadcasting student. And let's just get right into this. So thank you for joining us today, Rostafa.
Thanks for having me, Vinny. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Why don't we talk about the event, since that's really was the main purpose of this call. I just wanted a little background on you, and there is an event coming up at Walpack Inn. It's June 11th, correct?
Saturday, June 11th, rain date, if necessary, June 12th, which would be the following day, which is a Sunday.
So let's talk a bit about this event. So first of all, it's in honor of Rob Ambrosino, who was previously a coach and teacher in Sparta and Dover, correct?
Correct, yeah. And also a local musician as well, because he practically played everywhere in the North Jersey area.
And you used to jam with him, right?
Quite a lot. So the story of how I met Rob is actually kind of interesting. So I have a friend of mine named Ben Zabel, who's a musical partner of mine. He plays 5-string violin, and he's just amazing. And I played with them since about 2014. And one day he calls me up and he goes, "Hey, I'm at this open mic. I should bring you over there next week." I said, okay. Because we were always trying to figure out different places and different areas to find, new horizons musically, also get to know people, also to see whether or not, we could find any other gigs at the time. So basically we went up towards, Lake Mohawk Country Club, which is in Sparta. I never been there before. And, we went up there, I believe it was March 29th. The reason why I remember it was because we got a lot of rain that night. And for whatever reason, we still felt compelled to go out somewhere. So
how long ago was this?
This was 2019.
It's 2019. Wow. Okay.
So we knew, actually, without even me knowing, mutual friends that were actually around that area. And a lot of them, we're constantly going to this place at Lake Mohawk Country Club. And the open mic was started by Rob Ambrosino, which is where I met him. I actually found a photo of us being there that night. But that's the night I met Rob, and you brought up the term band leader. Rob definitely was a band leader, but in my case, what he loved about me when I first met him, he's like, "Dude, I just love how you have this great energy. You keep people focused. You really give people what they want." And I'm not really good with compliments, but I really felt good coming from him because I loved his musicianship as a guitar player. But what a lot of people don't know is that he played a lot of other instruments too.
Mm-hmm.
He played drums. He played a little bit of keys. And, from that point on, we just started jamming a lot. And then, I later found out that, when it gets warmer out, we go out to the tiki bar section of the beach, what they have over at Lake Mohawk. And, we would play, for, like a couple hours or whatever going into the evening. Now, of course, we couldn't go full head on with the drum kit because apparently, and again, sorry folks to kind of ruin the mood on this, but there's a gentleman who lives on the lake that doesn't like what we do. It's that one.
Let's call him out. That gentleman, if you're listening to this right now on 97.5, quit being a jerk. All right.
Yeah, we basically would play as much as possible. I would support him at a couple of his gigs. He'd support me at a couple of my gigs. And we just, we loved each other's company, and we liked being around each other. And Rob was I later found out that Rob was just like the talk of the town. He was just again, high school sweetheart, type of a guy.
Mm-hmm.
Up with him. Just to give you a little background about Rob, he actually went to the University of Delaware and played for the NCAA football team that's over there. I believe they're called the Blue Hens, the Fighting Blue Hens. And when he came back home, he got his business degree, and he decided he wanted to become a teacher and teach business.
Yes.
And really good at it, as a matter of fact. And then he decided to coach football, softball. I believe he was also a great skiing instructor. Knowing him, I can definitely see his work ethic, like how he actually took care of, again, setting up when we were doing open mics, the setting down, I would sometimes help him out, just make sure, you know, he can get home a little bit faster and that type of thing. And Rob just had a personality that was very supportive and comforting and gave you confidence. And God forbid, if I was going through a little something, I could talk with him about it. Actually, one time I had met his father, Jerry Ambrosino, who is just also equally as amazing, very sweet man. And I kind of got the idea where Rob's traits came from, dating to his family, being in
so he was actually a Dover high school teacher, coach, and musician, and really just it seems like very well known in the community.
Yeah. He taught at Sparta for a while, then he went over to Dover, and again, just transcended everything. And he was very well respected because he spent time with his students, not just in the class, also, you know, in the athletic side of things. I just was talking to somebody today who is really, like, you know, a great friend of Rob's and the family, and, like, you know, again, taught his daughter how to you know, train and, you know, be in the gym and that type of thing. So he was very hands-on. Yeah, and was just an overall great guy. And he was also a community, you know, supporter. He supported causes. And again, you can't say anything but just great praise. There's not, I don't think, a bad thing you could say about him.
Yeah. Was he a deadhead?
Oh, yes, he was. He loved various different rock bands. He loved Tom Petty. He loved the Grateful Dead thing practically. We played a lot. I mean, again, one of the songs that we played frequently was U.S. Blues. And I know he played the song Deal quite a bit. And, I mean, he actually had a pretty interesting amount of projects that he was a part of. Well, one band was a band called Dr. Smith. One of the, bandmates of his, Terry Hammer Smith, she's going to be performing as well, you know, at the event. She's awesome. And, you know, definitely gave her a lot of confidence from Rob. And, another great band he was a part of was, Chris Saigon, played with him a bit, as well as, Uncle John's band, which is a Grateful Dead cover band, and played a lot with them.
Now,